This is Cage Minds, Micah Frankel, doing our first Uncaged interview. We are joined by our special guest, heavyweight Soa Palelei, an Australian fighter who's going to be headlining a card this Saturday versus Henry Miller. The event is taking place in Perth, Western Australia, and we have the Hulk online with us. Hulk, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Micah, how are you?
Doing well. How are you doing going into this fight week now, leading up to fight night?
Yeah, good, man. Thanks for having me on your show. Yeah, I'm feeling good. The lead up is this week. We just got everything short and sharp this week. Nothing too hard. We've done all the hard work, and then yeah, which ready to go. I'm ready to go. So yeah, so can't wait for this Saturday.
So with this being fight week, all you're doing is some light workouts and some cardio work, if I'm right?
Yeah, just light workouts. We hit pads instead of doing the 5-minute rounds. We'll probably do about 3-minute rounds. So just short, sharp, just explosive stuff. Yeah, it's just nothing hard. If you know, we don't want to get injured in that as well. We're not lifting any weights. We're not deadlifting anything. So so everything today is just just trying to get a bit of cardio in and still stay fit.
So what was your motivation from when you first started to become a fighter? What was the first thing that really motivated you to get into mixed martial arts?
You know, I started boxing as a kid, so, and just to keep out of trouble, keep off the streets, and then I've gone into the wrestling side of it. Then I started the jiu-jitsu, but before that I played rugby, because where I'm from is like the Pacific Island thing, rugby union, rugby league is the thing, and you know, is our national sport. Then I got into the wrestling and the Brazilian jiu-jitsu. After that, during I was playing rugby, and I played rugby at a professional level, at a top professional level. And then I went and trained with one of the guys that trained with Hickson Gracie, and the guy was probably about 90 kilos. I was like 120 kilos, and he was tapping me out, and not once or twice, but a few times. And I was thinking, damn, how could this guy just tap me out so many times? And it's just all technique. I didn't know nothing about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So yeah, so it was good. Then after that, I fell in love with it. I've been doing it now for 16 years. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. It's been a long road, and I'm happy to have that where I am, and I'm still learning as well. So which is a good thing.
Very good. As far as your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training, you are a black belt, right?
Yes, I am. Yep.
So is that like a first degree, a second degree, or a third degree, or just first?
First degree black belt.
Right. So next I wanted to ask, there were some more motivation things. What is your main focus and motivation when you're preparing for a fight? Is it just to win? Is it, providing for your family? Is it moving forward when you're going into a fight? What usually when you're training is your main motivation?
You know what? My main motivation is it's always been, my kids, and yeah, that's just the main thing. And obviously you've got to put food on the table, and I do have sponsors, the big sponsors that sponsor me, and I can do this full time, which is a good thing. So I just wanted a few. When I started, when I came back and forth, there was a few people that kind of you get your haters and stuff like that, but you know what? I'm still winning, and I'm still fighting, and and kind of shut a lot of people up. So it's kind of mine. I kind of think, you know what? I'm just gonna keep on proving people wrong, which I have. So and I said to everyone, if I'm fit, man, and I'm ready, and I train every day, twice a day, 6 days a week, 1 day rest, and I just smash things up. So and I do CrossFit as well. With Southern CrossFit in Perth, they've been awesome. It's just giving me another, it's just that conditioning. It's just that gives you that extra edge and stuff as well. So and you got guys that spar. You got Mark Hunt. He's a UFC heavyweight. He's a K1. He's no one's going to punch harder than him. So if I can take a punch from him, So but got other guys, top guys, and I always travel to get sparring as well. So it's been good.
So what part would you say of your training you cut up between, like, the lifting that you do, the cardio, and then the sparring between the techniques? Like on a daily routine.
Okay, so on a daily routine, I'll do the cardio in the morning, I'll do the CrossFit, then I'll have a rest. I'll do the cardio first thing in the morning as soon as I get up. A couple of hours, I'll do the CrossFit, conditioning, and then I'll come back, rest up, and then I'll do either the sparring or the jiu-jitsu or whatever I got at night time. So it's different days and different things. I'll probably spar about 2 to 3 times a week. Like one MMA sparring, it'll be either kickboxing or boxing sparring, and that's so. And then we'll have different days and different things. Like Brazilian jiu-jitsu one day, but working techniques just on the ground, techniques and stuff, working stuff off the cage. So different things, So, but yeah, it's quite. I've got a program even with my diet. I have a diet program also. So I can't have as much KFC as I used to have. So.
Is that the victory meal?
That is definitely the victory meal. KFC, straight up. Let's see if I can get it ended early. If not, anyway, I'm gonna bring them anyway as soon as I finish the fight, just to see if they're still open.
So you'd say for a fight, you tighten up the diet from your normal eating habits and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's like if you're driving a car, if you put shit petrol in, your car's going to run shit. So if your petrol, your car with good petrol is going to run smooth. So it's just like exactly like your body. You're eating lollies and chocolate and stuff. It's not going to your body's just not going to operate as what at its full capacity. So what I try to do is just I eat. I'm the worst person when it comes to eating. But after fights, I'll just eat for a whole week. I'll eat everything you name it. I'll eat it. I'll eat people as well. So, but I'll just eat it, and then after that I'll diet, and then I'll get back into eating my meals and my diet thing is paleo diet. Paleo diet is like whatever the cavemen's eat. I eat so steak. I can eat the fat off the steak. But no, you just can't mix it with bread and obviously carbohydrates and stuff like that. So, and chicken, I can eat a whole chicken, one with the skin on it, but you get your energy from the fats, and they're all good fats.
So a very high in protein diet?
Yeah. And like vegetables and vegetables, grains, fish. So yeah.
Okay, so another thing I wanted to ask you about when it comes to training is the game planning aspect of the mixed martial arts game. Do you and your coaches really focus on a set game plan for what you're going to go in there to do? Or we've seen some of your fights end so quickly, you just kind of go out there and hit a guy hard and knock him out.
Yeah, we've got a game plan for every single person we fight. I respect all my opponents because you know what, this is an MMA game. And Gonzaga proved that against Krokop. Everyone knew Krokop was going to win, and then next thing you know, Krokop got hit by a left kick. So it's just so I'm just got to kind of obviously watch your opponents and what their holes are. So we do have a game plan, but you know what? If it's 3 5-minute rounds or 5-minute rounds, I take my time. I don't rush. I make sure I just come in and when you're stalking it, and just if it's there, go for it. If it's not, there's no rush. A lot of people kind of make the mistake where they just rush in, and then next thing you know, they're like that round, but they're gassed, and they've got another 2 rounds to go. So there's no rush in this game. You see something, go for it. If not, just take your time. There's no,
Okay.
That's our game plan for this fight. Is just take our time. We'll see what happens and see what he throws, and we'll go from there. If the takedown's there, take the takedown. If it's not, just plod along. There's no rush.
Well, also in this age of so much media and so much technology, in the game planning, do you yourself study videos of your opponents coming up?
I don't really like just to watch videos and stuff of their fights or anything like that. I kind of know, kind of, one coach will actually do that, and then he'll just tell me, okay, this is what the guy does. Okay, beautiful. So, you know, I like to watch my opponents. You know what? They do what they do. You know, like, it's not a thing I just don't like to watch. You know what? We're just gonna bang it out anyway. So he'll just say, look, he's a ground fighter. He's got good jiu-jitsu. We're gonna work this stand up more and work our defense more and stuff like that. Or if he's a stand up, we'll work a lot more on our ground takedowns and stuff like that. So different people for like work different things for different people.
So I had seen it said that you were training out of American Top Team, and what other gyms are you working with?
You know, I'm actually not at the American Top Team.
I had seen.
I know it said it on Sherdog, but I'm actually not with. I don't know why they had the American Top Team on there. But yeah, I have good friends with Hector. He's going to shake up a few people if he does go into the UFC. But I know he's with Bellator, so if whatever direction he goes, you know, I wish him the best. But that dude's a badass, man. He's it doesn't say much, man, but when he steps in that cage, he rumbles. So, but then I've met his coaches and that as well, and they've invited me to the camp, and I'd love to go train there when I get to the US. So there's a few places I used to train at Team Quest. When I used to live there with Dan Henderson and all them guys, and they were great, awesome. So, but we've got a few options where we can go and train, and so we'll probably end up training where more the heavyweights are. So I'd love to go train at AKA where Kane and that is, because they're heavyweight guys there. So.
If I could ask, what other camps were you thinking of with the great heavyweights besides AKA? Because I could think of a couple off the top of my head, just wondering.
AKA, there's Minotoro's gym. You know, wouldn't mind. I think it's called Black House or something like that, is it?
Yes, in LA, California, I think.
Like Black House, where, not off the top of my head, my coach has got a few other ones, but yeah. Well, if you got any in mind, hit me up. Let me know, and I'll go check it out.
Oh, I'll let you know there's several good camps out here. I was just wondering what you had on your thoughts. So we know you've had some very good wrestling experience, right, with Dan Henderson. How was that? Because we've seen him, such a legend throughout this sport. How was that experience from the grappling aspect with his Olympic background?
Oh, he's awesome. Dan's just Dan. He plods along. He's got the country music happening. He's a funny guy. And I've felt his right hand. He's got a banging right hand, and that's we were only sparring, and we had headgear on, so and I felt his right hand, man. He's got a big right hand, and his wrestling background is you know what? It's one of the best. His wrestling background. So at his age, to be at that peak, Dan's the man, and it's you know what? And he's going to be hard to beat. How he'll go against John Jones, I want Dan to win because I'm with Dan, like, you know what I mean. But we'll see what happens. Jones is just a badass as well. He's going to be hard to beat. And if Jones hooks up with Steven Seagal, I think Jones will win. So, but we'll see. I hope Dan takes that fight and wins that fight, because I know he's confirmed to fight John Jones in Canada, right?
Yes, I think UFC 145, John Jones is going to swoop in, save the day for the UFC again, and put on a main event when they had no main event available. That was the rumor I had heard too. So yes, greatly looking forward to that. Think that H-bomb connects. It's taken anybody out, and Jones has shown that he is that prospect, but that H-bomb is a great equalizer.
If I was Jones, I'll just use his reach and stay away from Dan. And then if Dan gets really close, just grab him quickly and just try, don't even let him unload with that right hand, because if Dan hits him with that right hand, he's going to be sleeping.
You have a pretty long reach yourself. Have you ever thought of integrating that kind of John Jones style where he leaves that left hand out and kind of pause it to keep the person, having to move around at angles and keep him away from you prospectively?
Yeah, we can a lot. getting short. But yeah, we've got some surprises. You know, I've got some knees, I've got elbows, I've got some spinning back kicks, I've got some stuff that we haven't even shown yet. So, but yeah, I can't wait to show it. You know what? If I get the opportunity to enter back into the UFC, I'm going to be showing that when I fought in UFC 79, that wasn't me. You know, so I'm back now and I'm ready to go. So if you know, Dana wants me back, I'll be happy to go in there and shake up the heavyweight division.
We'd be looking forward to see that. So we know that your nickname's the Hulk, and the question, of course, is it just from the TV show, the comic book character? How did that evolve into being your nickname?
You know what? My manager, Peter Nicholas, gave me that nickname. I was sitting there, I was thinking of talking about some. I thought I'd come up with some other stuff like the Warrior, like the Tolan Torpedo or something like that because of Tolan. And he said, no, you know what, you're the Hulk. You're green, you're the Hulk. You get, you know. And I said, okay. And I thought, I didn't really agree with that at first, and then it kind of just stuck, and now it's just the Hulk. I sort of just walked out. Sometimes I go to the local stores and people go, hey, the Hulk, what's happening? And I was like, oh, okay. So it kind of just stuck with me now, so.
So with that being, does your favorite color now become green?
Yeah, it's green. Everything's green. Car's green. You know, I can't paint the house green, but it's everything's green. I've even got underwear that's green. Like the whole collection, just green underwears. That's not big, like that. That's not Ninja Turtle stuff. It's just the Green Hulk.
Very nice collection. So how many times in total this year are you hoping to be in action to get out there and fight?
You know what? I want to fight as much as I can. If I have to fight every month, I'll fight. And if I'm healthy after my fights, I'll fight again. You know, I'll take fights. I just want to keep on fighting, keeping active, and you know, and just wait for the opportunity. We got an offer from Bellator to fight. We got a contract, 2.5-year contract with Bellator. So to fight with Bellator, but you know what? They offered it awesome. You know, Bellator's a good organisation. But I think I've got you know, we've got another organisation that we're looking at as well that offered us a fight. But we'll see. Like, you know, we'll see what our options are. It's up to my manager and to see what direction he thinks is the right direction, because so far his directions have been good. So and we've been winning and stuff. So he just wants to get me active and keep me fighting and that. So when we get the opportunity to fight on the big major shows, then you know, we're ready to go. So
is there any chance that we could hear your name coming up with that card that's going to take place with the UFC in Australia? I'm thinking, isn't it early March where the flyweight tournament's going to be held too?
Yeah, it's the 4th of March, I think. You know what? I don't know. You know what? If I get a call up or whatever, I'm ready to fight now. So you know, I'm fighting again February, so I'm going to be fit and ready to go again. So just want to, like I said, I want to keep active, and if I get the call up, so you never know. You never know.
And how is the active Twitter campaign going? I've been a part of it, helping out Hulk for the UFC. How's that been going on your end? How's the receptive response that you've been receiving?
It's been awesome. It's been like, you know what? And the thing is, it's like, it's not for the fans to support and stuff. It's just awesome. Like, and I'm getting more active with it as well. I'm getting, you know, like, you know, talking to people, helping people hitting me up with diet, and I've been helping them, you know, drop the weight and stuff. Not just fighters, just normal people, everyday people, and just kids that hit us up on Facebook and stuff, and you know, they want to be fighters, and I'm just, you know, tell them to hit them in the right direction and where they need to be. Because you know what, if I had this 10, 12 years ago, you know, there would have been awesome having a guy that could be helping me out like this. But back then, we just had the VHSs, not the DVDs, and I used to buy them on the internet. Or actually, there wasn't no internet. There was internet, but I used to have to ring up and try to get, you know, the latest Gracie DVD VHSs, and then watch them to learn, and then travel to Brazil and save up money to travel and live in Japan and stuff like that. You know, just to learn more. And so now it's just, you can just hop on YouTube and just you can learn, you can pick up some stuff off YouTube now. So we didn't have that back then. So it's been awesome now, the Twitter and the whole piece and everything. So it's been good.
So what have you thought about that as the growth of the sport keeps going and it keeps expanding? And I fully believe, like the UFC says, this will be the biggest sport in the world. I mean, so many countries have all of their people getting involved, all the different fighters, and all the different kind of styles coming together. How do you feel about the world growth and the future of the sport?
Oh, it's awesome. You know what? It's getting bigger as well. So, yeah, you can't ask for, back then, like I said, it wasn't that big. Like in Australia, you'll go to I fought in Australia, and my first fight was like $200. I got paid, and it was like, and there was people there, but they didn't understand fighting on the ground. So when you're on the ground putting a submission on you, you got mount position. You get girls and guys are thinking like, what are they doing? Are they having sex or like? So they didn't understand it as much. But now everyone's all educated in. And then they've got UFC playing on every Thursday nights in Australia. They've got all the time. They've got something on with the UFC on, and that's with the Ultimate Fighter and stuff. So everyone's educated now on how things work, standing up, whether it's on the ground and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, so I'm figuring you watched this weekend's UFC 142, right?
Yeah.
So what did you think of the controversy first? Did you think it looked like Eric Silva was landing illegal head blows, or did you think that he won the fight like most of us suspected when the ref pulled him off?
No, I don't think. I think it was from the side. So I don't think there was nothing illegal. Yeah. So when you actually look at the replay, it was him from the side. So yeah. But Badosa is a badass. Barbosa, man, that guy's got some kicks.
The spinning wheel kick, yes, don't ever want to fall behind one of those.
Yeah, that guy's got some kicks, and you know what? He's got some, even his kickboxing fights, he's got some badass, like, good kicks, good low kicks. And Aldo, man, he's just on another league of his own, that guy.
Totally, definitely a destructive force that I really feel is pound for pound number 2 in the world right now. I'd have to put him right underneath Anderson because of his effectiveness for stopping fights and also the longevity of his title run between the two organizations.
But yeah, I mean, he fought the California kid, right? And he was all over California kid. He's just a little pocket rocket, and he's just an all-around good fight. And you know what? And I've always been a big fan of Victor Belfort. I've watched him from when he came through the ranks. See, and I was happy for him to win, to get that win. And you know what? If you're not going to make you're in a professional sport. Not only in a professional sport, you're in the biggest organization in the MMA organization in the world, and you rock up and you're like, what, 20 pounds over?
I think it was 12 pounds to be exact at the moment of weigh-in, but yes, horribly inappropriate and disrespectful.
I mean, if he had some, I don't know if he had some excuses or good excuses, but you know what, you're in a professional sport, and you can't be doing that stuff.
Do you have any heroes in your life that really inspire you, that motivated you?
You know what, it's I've always been a big fan of that Michael Jordan. He's a guy that accomplished everything he wanted in the basketball. I know it's a different sport, but you know what, he's the man. And what the things he did, and that just inspired me to kind of like whatever I do in life, whether I was playing rugby or MMA or training jiu-jitsu, anything, just be the best. Just keep going. Don't even like hold back. So yeah, that dude, he inspired me, in many things. And then you got the Incredible Hulk. Do you know what I mean? So.
Right. Of course, we can understand that being there. I had also thought when you said for your victory supper afterwards that you eat everything, would you ever be in favor of maybe going from the Hulkman to the Pac-Man?
Yeah, you know what? It's if you like playing the game straight after the fight, it'd be like you just load things up on the table, eat everything like the Pac-Man does. And if a person's in there men, women, whatever, I'll eat them as well. Men, I'll eat them as well because like I can eat like I'm from Tonga, so and in Tonga we eat people, and normally like it's good that we're kind of doing this on like this because if you were here, Mike, I'll probably eat you as well. So.
Yeah, probably I'm a little pudgy. That I'd be meaty. So saying that you're of Tongan descent, does that also, do you get a lot of pride and motivation from the rest of the people in your culture? Being, I think, one of the few Tongan fighters I've really seen.
Yeah, I think I'm the first black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Tongan Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like the first Tongan that's ever received a black belt. So, it's, I normally when something like when you do something like that, the King of Tonga usually gives like, 10 pigs and 20 coconuts and 5 watermelons or something like that. So I'm still waiting for my 10 pigs and, my 20 coconuts. So if the King of Tonga, if you're listening to this, or hit me up and give me something, because I've done 16 years of this stuff. But you know what, I get a lot of messages and stuff from a lot of Tongan people and stuff, like saying how proud they are and stuff. So it's kind of good that I'm representing it to my country and stuff like that. But I'm from Australia. I was born in Australia, but my heritage is Tongan. So so it's good.
Thank you for our conversation with Soa the Hope. Did you have any last comments as we're going to leave this?
You know what? I just want to thank you, Mike, for having me on your show. It's been a pleasure, and thank the supporters and that. Without you guys are the best. One more thing before we leave this: Alistair versus DeSantos. I'm with Alistair on this one. The guy's going to be a very hard man to beat. The guy's is a badass. Good stand up. Ground's good. DeSantos has got good hands, but you know what? This guy's going to be just. Alistair's just going to be too hard to beat. He's just a big ass dude. Like, he's just hard. So, but yeah, I'm with Alistair on that. So, but thank you guys. You guys, just thank you for helping us out and getting me out there. Like, I appreciate it.
Thank you for being on the show. This has been Cage Minds, Micah Frankel, our first Uncaged interview, Soa the Hulk. If you're on Twitter, remember, Hulk for UFC. Thanks everybody for watching this.